Let's take a look at Maps. Maps has one of the biggest improvements that we've seen. I've already queued up a destination, a sushi restaurant, and this is nothing new. We've seen this all before. You know, you can get directions to wherever you want on Google Maps. That's not really anything new, right? You can get a view of everything in satellite mode or in map mode. Okay, we've seen that. That's cool. What have we not seen yet? We've covered this a little in a previous video, but this is what's new. Google Maps navigation. Accepting that, the disclaimer, don't use it in a car, blah, blah, blah. It's dangerous.
West on O'Connor Street toward Elliott Drive.
Aha. So, voice-guided turn-by-turn GPS directions from Google Maps. It's built in just like your standalone GPS devices from, say, Garmin or TomTom. This guy does it now as a feature inside Google Maps, Google Maps navigation. We've got a little icon right there for average traffic data on your route, along your route. So when you click that, you get traffic for your route only. You don't have to deal with traffic everywhere, which can sometimes be a pain in the ass. You can take a look at, you can get perspective view, which is cool. But then, here's the kicker. Let's say you don't know where you are, or you don't know what that upcoming turn looks like. You're going to double tap, and there you go. That is what the upcoming turn looks like. This is Street View. Street View will actually give you a real-world look at what your upcoming your turn looks like, which is cool if you don't know your way around town. Now, another cool feature, tapped on that a little bit earlier before, you got layers, so we can look at our navigation, our directions, on a real map. So if you're unfamiliar with the area, this will help you, make a left turn not at the upcoming Minalto, but make a left turn at the big palm tree next to the big parking lot. That's a very handy little feature right there. But layers goes further, and you can layer gas stations along your route. While we're waiting for that to populate, you can actually go back to previous searches and layer your previous searches right on top. So, okay, they're not exactly right on the route because in this area they aren't really clumped right around this route, but you get an idea. You can layer all different kinds of information, and even cooler, you can just search for McDonald's Palo Alto. And there you go. Clicking here. Let's say we want directions here. Let's say we want to navigate there. All you do is you click the navigation button.
Head east on O'Connor Street toward Byers Drive.
Well,
1/4 mile. Turn right at Hewlett Avenue.
And thank you, Droid. That's a quick little look at Google Maps navigation, available with Android OS 2.0. The first phone of which is the Motorola Droid. The Droid is the first Android 2.0 phone available. Alright, let's take a look at the market, which has been refreshed for the new Android. We've seen all these before, but kind of a newer layout. And what do we have here? We have premium apps. We got 99 cents, $4.99, $1.49, 70 cents, in euros, that is. But yeah, so there you go. You get the idea. As well as top free and just released apps. Of course, you get the multiple pane thing going on. You got your Gmail integration, which also hooks up into your contacts. And that's when you bring this down, you get your view. Oh, but what do you notice right there? That is actually our navigation screen, or our navigation app. What does that mean? That means it's running in the background. While you're navigating, you can actually be checking your email. You wouldn't want to be doing that in the car, but maybe you want to be listening to Pandora radio through the Pandora app. Well, you can do that as you're navigating. And let's say you come up on a turn while you're playing Pandora, this thing will automatically just call out the directions and let you know where to go. And speaking of using it in the car, one cool feature there, you'll see Car Home. What is that? Well, there's an optional car dock as well as a desktop dock that you can use with this. When you click it into the car dock, what you'll get is a nice, easy, simple layout. You're not cluttered, you know, you don't have a cluttered interface, you don't have really tiny icons, you got real big icons just to get your navigation tasks done. Contact search, navigation, voice search. You know, you're driving along, just hit that. In and out, mountain view. And there's only, well, okay, so there we go. We got the web address there. And we can get directions there. We can exit out. But pretty much, for in-car use, you want everything to be smooth, you want everything to be simple and easily accessible, big buttons so you can hit them and not have to take your concentration off the road for too long. Or, once you get tired of that, just go right back home. Okay, so there we go. We have the Motorola Droid as the first Android phone for Verizon Wireless, and it's looking like a pretty powerful competitor to the iPhone 3GS. You can't really put two and two together because this guy does have a QWERTY keyboard, and that kind of does put it in a different class than the iPhone, but as far as screen size, better than the iPhone. Resolution, better than the iPhone. Camera, resolution, better than the iPhone. Dual LED, the iPhone doesn't even have a flash. We've got a micro SD card slot. We've got, again, the QWERTY keyboard. And just overall, really thin, really good. It's a solid feeling device. The smooth action on the slider. No spring loaded, but it's really slick. And it looks good. Matte finish, rubbery matte finish on the back there. Okay, so quick little look at the Motorola Droid from Verizon Wireless. Available November 6th for $200, $199.99 when you sign it with a new 2-year contract, of course. But yeah, we'd be willing to trade 2 years of our life for a chance to own the Motorola Droid.